Instant coffee, KINGSBARNS, or other? Who am I going to pick for the Louisiana Derby? Stay to the end and find out. Ladies and gentlemen, trust the profits. It's the formula here, and I came to talk to you about the Louisiana Derby. But first, just quickly talking about tip sheets. I know a lot of you ask about this, so I try to get ahead of it at every full field rundown that I do. We've got two packages: the Flight Line, which gives you everything we do each week for a month, and the Rich Strike, which gives you our biggest Saturday slate. It really comes out to about $2 or less per slate, depending on which option you pick here. You get the Kentucky Derby with both options. You get a whole week's worth of slates with the Flight Line. You get three to four, sometimes five slates in that package, and we give you a whole array of information, including our rankings for each race. Very good value. Like I said, less than $2 a slate. Let's get into this. Louisiana Derby, 12 horses in this field. Got some pretty deep talent here too. March 25th at the fairgrounds. It's a G2. 9.5 furlongs. That's a mile and 3/16. One of the longer races we've seen so far. A big test for a lot of these horses. Let's get to it. Shopper's Revenge. How about Shopper's Revenge? An interesting horse here. Yes, I like to say an interesting horse. It's one that intrigues me. Went wire to break his maiden in his first race. 8.5 furlongs at Oaklawn, winning by 5.25 lengths over Pappy Wolf. Most recently ran a 100K allowance race at Oaklawn, going 8.5 furlongs, finishing second, 1.25 lengths behind Airtime. If you watch that race, he got a bad start, bad exit out of the gate. Started way back in the pack. It was a deep field too. I think he was the 11 horse in that race. He was in eighth place for a long time. Really charged from behind to make up that gap. Couldn't close out at Airtime, but looked really good in that race. I like Shopper's Revenge a lot, the Asmussen horse. But moving on, talking about deep talent, how can you ignore Instant Coffee? 4 races, 3 wins already. In January, this is the last time we saw Instant Coffee was January. He was in the Lecomte, 8.5 furlongs, won by 2.5 lengths over 2 fills. Confidence game was behind him there. And it's one of those races where I think we thought, 7 horse field, not much to judge there, but we look back on that 2 fills confidence game. It looked really good since that race. So we've made Instant Coffee in our minds look even better, even though we haven't seen him in 2 months. He also did win the Jockey Club Stakes at Churchill, beating Curly Jack by 1.25 lengths. That was a 9 horse race. Went in a deeper field at the Claiborne. We're going pretty far back here now. The Forte Loggins race, he was 7 lengths behind in that field. Again, that was a pretty deep field. I think it was 11 or 12 horses. So really, two of the knocks on him, I guess you could say, is the layoff, 2 months off. We haven't seen him since. We've seen a lot of horses since then, and also, can he handle the big fields? He's a horse that sits in back for a while and charges hard down the stretch. He needs openings. He needs to position himself in a place to win. Is Instant Coffee going to be top pick? Let's see. Curly Jack. We just talked about Curly Jack a little bit now. Only race in 2023. Came in 8th place at the Risen Star. 10 lengths behind Angel of Empire. Whew, that's a long way back. Race that seemed wide open. He was one of the favorites. I mean, he was 8.9, 9-1 towards the end, but it was also a pretty deep field. It was 13 horses. So 9-1. That's, the top half in terms of favorites. Um, November, Churchill Downs, the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes finished 1.5 lengths off of Instant Coffee, as both horses had a strong close at the end. At the BC Juveniles, part of the third pack is 12 back of Forte and Cave Rock. So what can you say there? Curly Jack, up and down. That's the best I can say about Curly Jack. The moment you think he's good, he he lays down a stinker. The moment you think he's bad, he rises up and puts on a good performance. So which Curly Jack are we getting here? This could be his last shot in the Derby Trail. We'll see. Sun Thunder, second place, the Risen Star, 1 length behind Angel of Empire in that 13-horse race. Came in 4th at the Southwest Stakes before that. Started out in the back of the pack, eventually made his way up to 4th, 9.25 lengths behind Arabian Night. So not super impressive there. Broke his maiden December 31st. I mean, what else can you say about Sun Thunder? This is one of many strong closers in the race. This is a horse that I've really liked. I do tend to like the closers, especially when it comes to the big day at Churchill Downs. So Sun Thunder got a place in my heart. Will he make the cut, though? Disarm. Another Asmussen horse, Asmussen Rosario. Quite the combination here. So it's interesting to note the jockey trainer combination. But does this horse have what it takes in a deep field? Broke his maiden at Saratoga. I mean, Saratoga, that was a while back. We're talking about August. 7 furlong race, winning that by 6 lengths. Raced once in 2023 in a 1 mile allowance race, 4 lengths behind Two Eagles River. I mean, that doesn't really light the world on fire. Long layoff, ran 1 mile, couldn't even beat Two Eagles River. Even though the jockey trainer combination is pretty sexy here, it's really tough for me to get behind Disarm. KINGSBARNS, 2 races, 2 wins. Uh, the last one was an AOC race, 1 mile, 70 yards, a 7 3 lengths win over Mikey Bananas. What do we say about Mikey Bananas? This is the best we got. Eh, yeah, we go bananas for Mikey Bananas. Ooh, first time out, broke his maiden the first time out, going a mile, coming back from fourth place, winning by 1 3/4 lengths. I mean, Pletcher's just like turning them out one after another. And Kingsbarns is, I think, the horse I'm most excited about, I guess you could say. But how's he going to handle 9.5 furlongs? That's a question for all these horses. But we've seen a lot of these horses that have already gone 8.5 furlongs in graded stakes races. He's gone 1 mile and 70 yards, but looked really good in a field where it was a 75K allowance race. So what can you say about that? It is a Pletcher horse, though, and he's looked really good. So Kingsbarns, he's up there. Okay, guys, I need some support in saying this one. Cagliostro. Okay. All right, Ray. It's not that funny. Cagliostro. Cag- okay. Chill out. Okay, have your peace. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I can't say it. Last time out, lost by a neck to Dennington. Not saying too much. In an 80K allowance race, he did go the distance, 8.5 furlongs. Previous to that, broke his maiden at the same distance, winning by 1 length there. Um, Good horse, but again, when you're talking about the talent in this field, Cagliostro, stay away, Ray. Stay away. Not sure this is my horse to win. Single ruler. All right, single ruler. What do we say about single ruler? 1 win in 6 races. Last time out was the Risen Star. It's in 5th place, 5 1/4 lengths behind Angel of Empire after being in 12th place. There's a few horses that really got stuck in the back, made a late charge, passed up the horses that set the pace. Single ruler was one of them. So he's another one of those closers that could make a difference in this race. Broke his maiden on his 5th try at Fairgrounds in January, 8.5 furlongs in a 65K race, 2 3/4 lengths win, beating a field of 10 horses, closing from the 4th position at the 3.75 mile mark. Previous to that, he did struggle, traffic issues. So single ruler, I like this horse. Again, is the field, is this the right field for single ruler? We'll see. Maybe David Cohen, change the jockey, can do something here for single ruler. Tapits Conquest. A lot of people like that Tapit bloodline. Came in 4th at the Risen Star, 3 1/4 behind Angel of Empire. Um, Horse we've seen do a lot of stalking, had to come from way back to make it up to 4th. I mean, this is similar to um, Single Ruler, who we were just talking about. Came from way back, got caught in a little bit of traffic, so not his best race, not where he wants to be. Came in second by a neck to Determinedly, going 8.5 in an allowance race before that. Broke his maiden at Churchill in October. Brad Cox, Florent Giraud. Is this going to be a good rebound race for Tapits Conquest? I think a lot of people will be betting on that. Dennington, 2 wins last time out, an 80K allowance race, 8.5 furlong, winning by a neck over Cagliostro. Oh, come on, Ray. This is my show. You don't have to. Okay, okay, go ahead, have it. Yep, okay, there it is. There it is. Before that, ran in 2 stakes races. 4th place in the Lecomte, 10 3/4 lengths behind Instant Coffee. 3rd place at the Smarty Jones, 6 lengths behind Victory Formation Angel of Empire. Dennington going to make a break in the field. We shall see. Jace's Road. Jace's Road. At one point, thought to be heavily on the Derby trail, one of Brad Cox's jewels, but Brad Cox does have a lot of jewels. 2 wins in 5 races. Disappointing Southwest Stakes finishing 12 lengths behind Arabian Night. I mean, everyone was way behind Arabian Night in that one. But he did win the gun runner before that at Fairgrounds. Dropped his jockey in Street Sense, so he crossed that one out. Ran third at the Iroquois. Up and down for Jace's Road. Not one of Brad Cox's best at the moment, unless he has a rebound here. And finally, baseline beater. Broke his maiden in his fifth time out. 70K maiden race, 8.5 furlongs, going winning by 3 1/4 lengths. Outclassed here, starting in the 12th position, insta toss. So what are we gonna do here? What's our strategy? I went back and forth on this a number of times. Um, who's my chalk eater? Kingsbarns. Kingsbarns. I think Kingsbarns is going to get it done. I really wanted to pick instant coffee here. I do have traffic concerns about King's Coffee. I think Kingsbarns can get himself a nose full of fresh air. Let's say. I think he can start closer to the pace. I don't know if he will set the pace, but I think he'll be closer to the pace. He'll allow himself to make a nice clean move to get out in front down the stretch, whereas Kingsbarns is going to have to do some weaving. If anyone can keep up the pace, it will be Kingsbarns. I think there's going to be some closers coming in from behind. That's why I've got Shopper's Revenge, Instant Coffee, Sun Thunder as my box there to make up the key with Kingsbarns. So there you have it. Kingsbarns the key. Shopper's Revenge is the value. I think you're going to get a huge value on that. That could be a 20-1 proposition. If Kingsbarns falls back, I think Shopper's Revenge, especially with the slotty starting in, could be a good play there. So there you have it. What do you guys think? Post it in the comment section. Hit the like button. And actually follow us. Subscribe to us. Hit the join button. See what our memberships look like. Get those tip sheets. And I'll see you later.